Most people are not failing because they lack talent. They are not failing because they are unlucky. And they are definitely not failing because they need more motivation. They are failing because they built their life on a feeling instead of a system. Motivation feels powerful in the beginning. It gives you energy. It gives you excitement. It makes you say things like, "Tomorrow, I'm going to change my life." But tomorrow comes. And that fire is gone. And that's where most people lose. Because the truth is, motivation can start the journey. But consistency is what finishes it. And once you understand the psychology behind that, you stop waiting to feel ready. And start becoming unstoppable. Section 1: Why motivation feels powerful but fails. Motivation is addictive. It feels amazing because it creates emotional intensity. You watch a powerful video. You hear a success story. You get inspired after a bad day. And suddenly, you feel like you can conquer the world. In that moment, you make huge promises. You'll wake up at 5 a.m. You'll study every day. You'll go to the gym. You'll build the business. You'll become a new person. But here's the psychological trap. Motivation is emotional. And emotions are unstable. They rise. They fall. They change with sleep, stress, weather, rejection, fear, and mood. So if your progress depends on motivation, your progress depends on something that keeps disappearing. That's why people restart the same goals every Monday. Not because they are weak, but because they built action on emotion instead of identity. And greatness is never built on temporary feelings. It is built on repeated behavior. Section 2: The real power of consistency. Consistency looks boring. That's why most people underestimate it. It's not dramatic. It's not exciting. It doesn't give instant results. It's the student studying 1 extra hour every day. The creator uploading even when nobody is watching. The entrepreneur learning while making no money. The athlete training even when they feel tired. Day after day. Week after week. Month after month. At first, nothing seems to happen. And this is where most people quit. Because humans are emotionally wired to chase visible rewards. If we don't see quick progress, our brain starts whispering, "This isn't working. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should stop." But consistency works in silence. It builds beneath the surface. It sharpens your skill. It strengthens your discipline. It rewires your identity. It teaches your brain that this is no longer optional. And one day, what once felt difficult becomes automatic. That's the hidden power. Motivation makes you start. Consistency makes it part of who you are. Section 3: The Psychology of Greatness. This is what separates ordinary people from great ones. Great people do not rely on emotion to decide whether they act. They remove the negotiation. Most people wake up and ask, "Do I feel like doing it today?" That question destroys progress. Because if feelings are in charge, your future will always be unstable. But high performers think differently. They don't ask, "Do I feel motivated?" They ask, "Who am I becoming if I keep showing up?" That is the psychology of greatness. Because every repeated action sends a message to your brain. When you show up once, it feels like effort. When you show up again, It feels like discipline. When you show up long enough, it becomes identity. And identity is powerful. Because when something becomes part of who you are, you stop fighting yourself. You no longer try to study. You become someone who studies. You no longer try to build. You become someone who builds. You no longer try to stay focused. You become someone who doesn't quit. That transformation does not come from motivation. It comes from consistency repeated so many times that your mind starts believing, this is who I am now. Section 4, Why most people never become consistent. Most people fail at consistency for one reason. They expect intensity instead of repetition. They think success looks like massive effort. A perfect morning routine. 10 hours of work. A huge breakthrough. A dramatic transformation. But real progress is smaller than that. Much smaller. It's reading 5 pages when you don't feel like it. It's editing one more video when views are low. It's waking up and doing the work without making it emotional. That's what people don't understand. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about reducing the number of days you disappear. Missing one day is human. Missing a week becomes a habit. Missing a month becomes your life. The danger is not failure. The danger is stopping long enough that quitting starts to feel normal. And that's exactly why consistency beats motivation every time. Because motivation asks for intensity. Consistency asks for commitment. And commitment always wins in the long run. So if you've been waiting to feel motivated, stop. Because the people who change their lives are not the ones who always feel inspired. They are the ones who keep moving. Even when the feeling disappears. That is how greatness is built. Quietly. Repeatedly. Without applause. Without instant results. Without motivation. And maybe that's the truth nobody tells you. Your future will not be decided by your best day. It will be decided by what you do on the days you don't feel like doing anything at all. So the next time motivation leaves you, don't panic. Because maybe that's the moment your real transformation begins. And if you can master consistency, you won't just reach your goals. You'll become the kind of person who can't be stopped. Subscribe for more video and watch the video about handwork because it complements this for your success. Thank you for watching.